You're starting with reports that US President Joe Biden is planning to propose raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans. Tell us more.
Yeah, so it hasn't been formally announced, but details of the plan now being widely reported. The proposal could be unveiled as early as next week. The hikes would raise money for new spending on childcare and education, including making pre-K and community college free. First change would be an increase in the top marginal income tax rate. That's the percent of tax paid on income in the highest bracket set by the government, now just over $500,000 a year. So you can see there under Biden's plan, that rate would go from 37 to 39.6%, reversing the cut under Donald Trump and bringing it back in line with levels that we saw under President Barack Obama.
But the bigger change, Cole, involves a near doubling of the tax paid by wealthy investors.
Yeah, details are still being sorted out on this, but Bloomberg reporting the highest rate of what's known as the long-term capital gains tax would move from 20% to 39.6%. So it only affect those earning more than $1 million more annually through investments. As you can see there, though, moving from 20% all the way up to 39.6%. It's a bold move, of course. The plan, though, would still need to get through Congress, as the debate over Biden's proposed infrastructure plan shows. That's far from certain given the Democrats' razor-thin majority in the Senate. Still, though, all this apparently enough to spook investors yesterday. The S&P falling just over 0.9% as news broke.
Look at a doubling of the capital gains tax rate and say that that changes people's opinions about stocks. What I think is important to keep in mind is this is only the first volley, the first shot across the bow in what is likely to be a long negotiation among different stakeholders in Washington. But here's what we do know. We do know that capital gains taxes, taxes on investments, are likely to rise over the course of the next few years. They've been historically low.
And Cole, how are the markets faring today? Any jitters with investors over the prospect of having to pay more taxes?
Yeah, so we saw that as we were just hearing in the United States yesterday. Major European indexes also in red here to start the day. Losses across the board in London, in Frankfurt, and in Paris, as you can see there. Now, despite those losses in Paris, shares for luxury goods maker Hermes are up. That's after the company reported an uptick in first quarter sales, led largely by shoppers in Asia. Turning now to the major Asian indexes, a bit more of a mixed bag there. Losses in Tokyo, but gains in Shanghai and over on the Hang Seng in Hong Kong.
And finally, Cole, you're looking at the space race in the private sector. Today, of course, as we've been covering all day, today is a big day for SpaceX, and it seems to have pulled ahead the competition. Yeah, the mission to the International Space Station, clearly a landmark moment for the firm led by Elon Musk, but it's not the only good news that it's gotten as of late. Last week, NASA awarded SpaceX a $2.9 billion contract to build a moon lander, beating out, among others, the firm Blue Origin, led by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. Jenna Miljamin takes a closer look now at the success of SpaceX.
With the SpaceX crew awaiting launch into the stratosphere, it marks just the latest in a string of gains for Elon Musk's company. Last week, SpaceX won a $2.9 billion contract from NASA to build a lunar landing system set to ferry astronauts to the surface of the moon. It's the first time the space agency will use a human lander built by a private company, an important milestone for the agency that has in recent years depended on commercial partnerships for its most important missions. SpaceX was one of several companies chosen last year to develop technology for the program. But with its Falcon 9 rockets, Elon Musk's vision has surged ahead of its competitors. While each rocket launch is expected to cost more than $1 billion, Elon Musk's Starship vehicle is designed to be fully reusable, with its costs set to be far cheaper than its challengers, while its carrying capacity is also currently greater than anything else on offer. SpaceX's rocket launch reliability has also earned frequent praise from NASA and Space Center directors. The company beat out the likes of Blue Origin, founded by Amazon's Jeff Bezos, as well as Dynetics, a defense contractor. Blue Origin has frequently locked horns with SpaceX on issues such as patents for reusable rockets, creating its own vehicle for the lunar project known as New Glenn. For the time being, however, Bezos has chosen to realign his efforts into the space tourism industry, recently successfully test landing the New Shepard vessel, designed to take paying customers on short extraorbital trips. But for SpaceX, the horizon is just the beginning, as the company plans to send a manned mission to Mars by 2024, with Elon Musk saying he wants to send 1 million people to the Red Planet by 2050.